Hello everyone, thanks for watching. I'm going to jump right into my video showing you our plan for first grade phonics in English. If you watched my overview video, you probably were expecting to see Memoria Press here, but we've had a change, and I will explain that in the comments below if you're interested to hear why we have chosen not to use Memoria Press Phonics for reading and spelling. We are using Heart of Dakota, Little Hearts for His Glory, and that curriculum is set up in boxes, and this is what we will use in the phonics box. Traditionally, Bob Jones Press is not known for short lessons. A lot of people comment about all of the material, long lessons, teacher intensive, all those sort of things, and I hope this review will dispel a little bit of that and encourage you that you certainly can use this to fit a kinesthetic learner, a workbook learner. I don't remember all of them, but I know that there are a lot of different learning styles addressed, and I would even say you could use this if you have more than one child of a different learning style. You could adapt this to fit different learning styles, even at the same time. There's just that much choice here that you can pick and choose what you want to use. I'm not actually going to show you the teacher's edition in too much because there are samples online. I just wanted to highlight for you, I'm going to move some of these parts out of the way, and I'll bring them back in a minute. I just wanted to highlight for you in the teacher's edition a couple things. It does come in 2 volumes. We're just going to look at one because they're pretty much identical. Like I said, I'm not going to go through page by page here and walk you through it because there are extensive samples online. But I wanted to highlight what's on the Teacher's Toolkit CD because I believe that there's so much hidden value there that I really think they should make known what they provide on that CD. One thing that I was kind of sad about when I was looking at this program online was the absence of Phonics Readers, because Abeka has them, Sunlight has them, All About Reading has them. I mean, every phonics program has a set of readers that goes with their approach for teaching phonics, and it allows the child that instant gratification and success and confidence to read a book because it's following their progression of sounds and words. And I was sad that this didn't have that because the K-5 BJU program has it. There's a set of 32 readers that goes with that. And so I was kind of sad that this didn't have that. I thought perhaps that the reading level 1 was supposed to be their phonics readers, but when you look through there, they're not truly phonics readers. They're beginning books, but they're not true phonics readers. So I was delighted when I saw that you get 62 phonics readers on that CD that you can print out and use with your child. Now, with there being 62 of them, obviously there's not one a lesson. There's 1 to 2 per week, and I'll just pick out a couple here to show you. Here's the very first one. So there's some text on the front, in the middle, and then on the back are the words that they have been working on. And here's one in the middle. Okay, so this is number 48, so I guess it's not really the middle, it's more toward the end. But you can just kind of see, and then I'll show you one at the very end here. Okay, so see, as you're progressing, you get more and more text. Okay, and I like that they're black and white because I could have my child color the book and read the book to himself and then read it to me. So it's kind of like a little more personalized, like a little more like a book he helped to make. So I was delighted to find that. I wish that was actually highlighted more online because I think a lot of people would be happy to see that. Also, I wanted to show you, there are these handouts on the CD, a bunch of handouts here, introducing the phonics characters. If you're coming to BJU Press from a different company or a different curriculum for kindergarten, then you may not be familiar with these little characters and how to use them. And so that's all free on the CD for you and how to use these little characters. You actually can print the characters out too on the CD, or you can purchase them in the phonics visual packet. I also wanted to show you here in the Teacher's Edition the appendix. And I will show you how we're going to use a lesson in a minute. But I wanted to show you these two things first because I really feel like this is a lot of value. There's 3 unit tests in each Teacher's Edition. So 6 total. And they cover about 24, 25 lessons. And the instructions are in the following lessons. So this goes through lesson 1 to 24. If you flip back here to lesson 25, the instructions for this test will be here in lesson 25 down here. Oh, sorry, down here. And then there is an answer key as well. Okay, so that's all contained within the teacher's guide. Then one more thing. Back here are tons and tons of lesson printables and things like that. All of these word cards, blend cards, word ending cards, suffixes, prefixes, all of that to create your own word tiles for word building. And if you're familiar with All About Reading, or even, what's the other one? Oh, the Simply Charlotte Mason, where they have the letter tiles and the ending, word ending tiles. You know, you can definitely adjust this to meet your kinesthetic learners' needs. And I thought that was great. I was really happy to see that, and again thought that they probably should highlight that. Oh, let me bring this back. I'm going to show you how we're going to do a lesson real quick. So one of the other things I hear all the time about this curriculum is that the lessons are so long. And when you're looking at this, this looks like a lot. But there's not just phonics here, folks. There is heritage studies, which is what they call social studies. There's science, there's art, there's music. And if you are covering those things with another resource, then by all means, don't do it again here. If you believe in a very gentle approach to those things, maybe social studies once a week, science once a week at the first grade level, then go ahead and do it, and don't schedule other resources for those things. They actually do the same thing in kindergarten, where it's kind of all comprehensive, but maybe just one day they'll do science, and then one day they'll do heritage study, and one day they'll do an art activity. And for kindergarten, that seems appropriate. But if you like to extend that into first grade as well, there are a lot of activities that aren't related to phonics and that aren't related to English skills that are contained in here. And you do not have to do them if you want to use this just for phonics and English, which is what we want. So basically, this whole page we're not doing. We are just doing where it says phonics and English skills. That's what we're doing. So we'll do this right here. And this is not really, it looks like a lot of information, but when you use this, you'll see it says read the words and their sentences. You know, it goes very fast because you're just reading some sentences. You're not really, you know, having a discussion after every point, you know. So this really does go quickly. And then over here, there are 2 workbooks, the phonics and English work text, and then the practice book. The practice book is designed to be extra practice for students that may be struggling or just need more review. But it's actually set up just like the work text, so you could just pick one of these books to do if your child doesn't need the extra practice. So I actually purchased the practice book, not the work text, because these run about $25 each online, brand new, and you can hardly ever find them used, so in clean condition. So when I saw this in a Facebook group for $8 and it was clean, I said, that's what we're getting. So we are actually using the practice book as our main workbook, and then if we find that we need more practice, we'll go from there. Maybe I'll purchase the work text, or maybe we'll just find other activities online or something. I haven't decided, but I don't think we're going to need it because he's not shown any sort of struggle with phonics up to this point, so I think we'll be okay just using the one practice book. So that's how we're doing a lesson. It's not going to be long. It's a lot more doable when you say it's just one page. And all of these other activities are great. They're very well done, but we have a story time with reading comprehension built into the Heart of Dakota guide. We don't need this. This right here they're calling is some information on sloth bears and a little finger puppet activity about bears, and having them talk about what bears eat and all that. And we have science in another resource. We don't need to do this, and it's not imperative that you do it to cover the phonics in English, which is what I want to do with this resource. So I hope that made sense, and it's not a criticism. It's like I said, this is a buffet. There's a lot here, but you certainly don't have to use it all. And I can't remember, did I show you? I can't remember if I showed you these. I'll just flip through them really quick because I honestly can't remember if I showed you. But these are some more visuals that are available, charts for teaching the lesson if you'd like. If you use the distance learning, that you do not need to purchase this because the teacher on the video will go over these charts on the video, so you don't need it. And I can't remember if I showed you the listening CD, but this is just a CD of all the songs that they use in the lesson. Some of them are to help kids remember vowel sounds and patterns. Some are just Bible songs, some are just regular kid songs that they use to kind of go along with the lesson. So that is Phonics in English 1. And this kind of doesn't really go with the video that I'm doing, but I don't know where else to put it because we're actually not using the first grade handwriting with Bob Jones Press or BJU Press. We're doing something else, and I did a video on that already. But I thought if somebody's looking at this program and maybe wanted to see it, I would just show it real quick, and this just made the most sense to put it in here with the phonics in English. So you can see a sample of the teacher's guide. These are actually the student pages here. You can see these online, but I did want to show you how they progress. So here is lesson 58. They're starting to copy small sentences. Here's lesson 114. This is actually one sentence, so they break it up onto 2 lines, and they're starting to copy more sentences, not so much the letter practice anymore. And then back here again, this is all one sentence, but they break it up on multiple lines. So they're not really getting into copying paragraphs or anything like that. There's no introduction of cursive at this level. So I just thought I'd show you in case you were considering the whole Bob Jones program. I thought I'd just show you what their handwriting is like for first grade. So that is what we are doing for phonics and English. If you have any questions about this review, I'm sorry if it was kind of hurried, but I was seeing the time, and this is a lot longer than my videos normally go, so I was trying to rush through a bit. If I was unclear or you want to ask me a question, please do so below, and I hope that you have a good rest of your day, and happy homeschooling.